Good morning, my friends. So, I've been a big fan of the brand Refi for a while, and maybe I've mentioned them in another vlog, but they have it was like a 3-in-1 product. So it was like a mineral sunscreen, a primer, and like a brightener, and I guess when it had been sitting on the shelf for a while, it starts to separate, and apparently when it was like fresh out of the bottle, it was like SPF 50, and when it had separated, it was SPF 30, and so I think this is so commendable as a company. They like pulled it from their website. Everyone who had purchased it, they refunded their money for like every time you have purchased it, and I've purchased it like over years. They refunded all of that, and they gave everyone like a £20 voucher, which is like $40 Australian, for each purchase of it you'd had. So I had a couple, and they sent me, first of all, they sent me like their regular day-to-day primer, which I haven't actually tried yet. I thought maybe we could try it together, but like I've already done my makeup today, so maybe not today. Because I guess I was trying to figure, I was like, well, where does this fit in my routine if I'm like, do I put it on first and then I put sunscreen? And then I have to say, I've still been using the one that I have because it was like a brand new bottle and it hadn't separated. And like, I hate wasting product. Like, yeah, even though I'm like, I know what they're saying, it's like SPF 30, not 50, but I'm like, but that's still like a decent SPF and it's a mineral one. So yeah, anyways, long story short, I am like researching, like, aside from this sunscreen, Korean skincare, like Korean sunscreen is my absolute favorite, and I personally prefer a mineral sunscreen over a chemical one, just because of like certain chemicals in sunscreens are actually carcinogens, and yeah, it's a whole big rabbit hole that you have to go down on your own. But I prefer a mineral sunscreen, so it's like a zinc base, and Korean skincare just does it so well. I had one that I was using prior to the Refi one, and I'm trying to remember the brand name. It was really good. I really liked it. And I was kind of debating, well, like, do we go back to that one, or is this an opportunity to try a new Korean sunscreen? There is like a Korean beauty store in Pacific Fair, so I was thinking maybe like when I have some time, I will go there and have a little look around and see what I can find. But in the meantime, so I put that voucher to good use, and I was like, what can we get from the Refi store? So the Refi lip liners are amazing. I've been using them for so long. I've been using them since like they first came out, and my favorite shades are Fawn and Taupe, which are kind of really nice, sort of like neutrally brown shades. One's a little bit darker, one's a little bit like more daytime, depending on what you're trying to create. But I really like them because they're really long wearing, and the newest one I've been trying is called Suede. And yeah, I think if you have skin coloring anything close to mine, all of those shades are going to be really good for you. And the lip liners are really nice. They're creamy. They're really blendable. You get a bit of time to like smudge it around if you don't like a super harsh, sharp line, which I don't. I like to sort of like ombre my lip liner. But because I had that voucher, I was like, well, let's go try some new stuff. Because who doesn't love trying new makeup products? So I always think like their packaging is so cute. Like the receipt comes like that. It comes like wrapped like this. Like the aesthetics are just so good. And so, oh, and they also gave like a little sample of like all their cream blushes, which is fun. I really appreciate this because I don't know about you, I really struggle to find blush colors that are good for me. It's like I just don't know what to pick, and then I get it and I'm like, no, this is too pink, no, this is too that. And like, I've done some digging around to try and figure out like my undertones and that kind of thing, and like what I came to the conclusion is like generally I am like a true neutral undertone, and that means like a lot of the times things can sort of pull too warm, or it looks too orange on me, or like cool tones are just an absolute no for me. Like it's just, I look like a Barbie playing with like makeup or something. So sometimes I find with blush, that's why I just keep using the same blush, because I'm scared to like try a new one and it not be the vibe, but this should keep us going for quite a while. Like, that is a good size sample, like, because this blush is so pigmented. I have used this blush before, but same problem. I think I chose a shade that wasn't quite right for me. I can't remember what shade it was. I don't think it's in here. Anyways, this is like a very decent size sample. Like, this will keep you going for quite a while because the blush is so pigmented that like you don't need a ton. Like, you can just do a little dab at your finger, dab it on your face. You could use it on your lips, like whatever. So that is very appreciated. And so next we got the Lip Sculpt in the shade Rosewood. I tried their Rosewood gloss and I really liked it. So, me getting into the package, oh my goodness. Yeah, I obviously like have like lip stuff on right now, so I'm not gonna be putting it on just yet, but and I just think their packaging is so cute too, like so chic, so minimal. Also, I lost a nail. And yeah, I mean, it's just like kind of a nice, it's not gonna focus, is it? There we go. It's like a nice sort of like nudie pink. Maybe I'll do a little bit on the back of my hand. And like, you can roll it up, you can roll it down so that you protect, like it doesn't break off in your purse or your handbag. So you can sort of see that on the back of my hand. It's sort of just like a nice neutrally pink. I think it'll be really nice with just gloss. And then this gloss is their lip glosses. Oh my god, don't even get me started. Their lip glosses are so good. They're not sticky, they feel super comfortable to wear, and they last on your lips for ages. Like, I will like eat lunch, drink a coffee, drink a matcha, and there's still some like on your lips keeping them hydrated. And also, like, I will show you the applicator. It is like, their packaging is just, everything is just so well considered, and it has this really cute little like, as you can see, very cute in your bag. This is the shade Topaz, which is a limited edition, so if you like this. And then look at that, it's like this metal applicator, which is so nice. I mean, I do have a bit of gloss on, but you know what, why not? Let's just, it does have a little bit of sparkle in it. I don't know if you can see that, but my lipstick got stuff all over it, so let's wipe that off. But yeah. And as you can see, the lip liner is pretty transfer proof once it's dried down. I will say, like, if you eat like a burger or something for lunch, you will probably have to reapply it, but it is extremely long lasting, and now they've changed it. So before it used to be like a two-phase kind of thing, like you did the lip liner and then there was like a setting stuff under in the bottom of the container and you went over that and it just like locked that shit down. Oops, I'm not supposed to say swear words on YouTube. And it locked it down for ages. Like, if you didn't have like a gloss over top, like your lip liner could last you like 6 to 8 hours, which is amazing. But I just prefer the comfort of wearing a gloss. I like a little bit of like hydration in my lips, and yeah, but I think that's amazing. Like, I've been like, that's pretty transfer proof, especially if you like, when you put the gloss over it, sometimes it does kind of move around a little bit more, but if you wait for it to dry down and then you put the gloss on, you get a little bit more longevity. So yeah, their products are just amazing. Because I heard, I don't know if you follow like the lipstick lesbians on like Instagram or TikTok, but one of the girls, Alexis is a beauty product developer, and she was basically being like, we don't need more beauty products, we need better beauty products. And I'm like, I agree. I live in a place where it's really hot, it's really humid, I still want to wear makeup, I need things that are high performance, I also want them to be clean, or like clean-ish, or like not have anything too crazy in them. And yeah, apparently that's a tall order, but I'm like, come on guys, like you have all of the technology at your hands. I'm sure we can figure something out, right? I have no idea. I don't know anything about developing makeup. I just know what I like, and I like to try lots of different things. And I don't like to have to reapply my makeup lots of times, so I really like products that last. So yeah, that's what we got from Refi. And probably later, probably not in this vlog, but I'll try the primer, because it comes in this really cool like applicator too, where you like roll it on your face, so you can do a little bit of like face sculpting, lymphatic drainage at the same time that you're priming your face, which we love. So yeah, that's what I got from Refi. Okay, there's a few little jobs to do in the garden, so I thought we could do that together. If you have a look at the pansy, I think it's kind of overgrowing, so we're gonna give it a pretty big chop and see if that brings it back to life a little bit. It might seem like it's a lot to chop off, but it was kind of just getting really big and flopping around everywhere. And sometimes I find when you give it like a good prune back, then it'll sort of start growing again and putting out new flowers, and it's not going to be like so just like long and leggy. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll check back in on it within a couple of weeks. It should start coming back to life a little bit more. Next, we're gonna just do a little chop of some of the leaves on the pelargonium that are looking like that. And we're gonna just deadhead any of these spent flowers as well. Doing a little check-in on the rose. Look how much she has grown since she has been planted, and all the underplanting with oregano and the thyme is starting to get a little bit more full as well. But I can't believe how much it's grown. Like, that whole new branch is brand new, and like so are these branches. Like, that's all new. And yeah, excited to see when we're gonna get our first rose. The Nemesia is also settling in nicely. It got a little bit battered in the wind from the other day, so I've like moved it so it can prop itself against the wall, and added a little bit more soil into the pot so that it has a bit of a stronger base, and also some of the soil I put in there previously had settled a bit. So yeah, that's how she's looking now. Because it's winter, you don't want to do a lot of like crazy pruning with the plants or anything, but I find the pansy for us in zone 11A, the pansy is a winter flower. Like, she doesn't like when it gets super hot. She doesn't like when it gets super humid. So it does do best in winter, but I find that it goes really good for a little bit and then it gets long and leggy, and then you need to just give it a trim back and allow it to sort of do its thing. So I'm trying that, and this year is the year where I'm like, I am not going to be afraid to prune like the things in the garden. I think I can be a little bit afraid to cut them because I'm like, well, what if they don't grow back? But actually, if your plants are getting long and leggy, like cutting them is one of the best things you can do, because it sort of encourages them to be a little bit bushier and fuller and not so long and leggy. So yeah, I'm doing that, but obviously not going wild with it, just with the pansy mostly, and then deadheading the flowers on the other plants that need it. But in the winter, I think, even though in zone 11A, it's not the same, obviously, as like places that get like a real winter, but I noticed that things do sort of go into a bit of a dormant state. So yeah, I'm just sort of trying to nurture them, and apparently you're not supposed to fertilize in the winter. Like, they're just kind of sleeping and having a rest, and when spring comes, then you can start feeding them. And with the rose, they said don't fertilize it until it starts putting out flowers. So yeah, I'm keeping all of that in mind, and every year learning a little bit more as to what you're supposed to do with the garden. And I think sometimes in zone 11A, I am yet to find any specific garden content that is related to how to garden in zone 11A. I think a lot of it obviously is aimed at the northern hemisphere, and zone 11A where I live is interesting because it's like, yes, we have winter, but winter here, like the lowest it gets is like what? Like I've seen maybe down to like 5 degrees, which is, and that's just at night. Like in the daytime, it can get back to like in the 20s. So yeah, I always wonder like what the garden thinks or what the plants think, because obviously some of the plants that we grow here, like you do grow them in like places that have an actual winter, like the lavender and that kind of thing. So I guess it really has been a bit of like a trial and error, and just seeing how things go and like listening to advice from other places. I guess the one thing that is consistent that the plants know is like the amount of sunlight you get, which tells them sort of what time of year it is and what they're supposed to be doing. So yeah, as always with everything, it is a learning process, but these are just the things that I have learned over the last couple of years of like growing my little balcony garden. Okay, so I feel super old saying this, but like yesterday horseback riding, I don't know how, but I like hurt my hip, and I literally have no idea what happened. Like I got home, like I didn't feel anything during the ride, nothing after the ride. I drove home, and when I got home and I was going up the stairs, I was like, oh my god, like I can barely make it up the stairs. Like my left hip is hurting so much. And I literally have no idea what happened. And I was gonna go to the gym this afternoon, but then I was thinking like, you probably shouldn't, like, one, going up and down the stairs again. I don't really want to do that because I already did that one time this morning when I ran out to run some errands. It didn't feel great. And I kind of don't want to like push it. Like I don't know what I've done to it. I don't know what's wrong. I think I'm hoping it'll just go away. I took some arnica, but I was like, I probably don't want to go to the gym, because even though if you go to the gym, like you could, I'm like, you're straining your body by like working on other things. So I thought maybe it's better just to chill out at home. But I really struggle not working out. I love working out. I love moving my body. So I'm gonna do like Hustle, the studio that I go to. They have like an online platform as well that I have been using since literally 2020. And I think I'll just do a couple like express, maybe like ab and arm workout instead, just so that like I'm doing something to move my body. But obviously because I'm just doing it at home by myself, I can like moderate, like if something doesn't feel good or if it is hurting, I can like not do that, or I can do something else. So yeah, we're gonna give that a go. And I feel like this is always my problem. Like this is what I did with my neck, where I was like, I don't want to stop working out, and then I just like kept working out, and it was probably irritating it a bit, but this doesn't feel as bad as that. I'm hoping I can just do like some arms and abs, and then I'm really hoping tomorrow it feels okay, because yeah, I mean, I guess with an upper body injury, it's like you can still work your legs and stuff and walk, which like I love doing. I'm not gonna walk today. I feel like I'm like hobbling around, and I'm just like, is this what happens when you get older? Like everything just goes downhill from here. Please tell me no. It's just annoying when you take such good care of yourself and your health, and like I eat really well, I exercise, like I stretch, I do all the things, and then it's like I get personally offended when an injury happens. I'm like, oh, how could you? How could my body like betray me in this way? But yeah, I guess we'll take it a little bit easier, and at least I'm like, well, I feel grateful that like I can do Pilates at home. I've got my mat, I've got like some weights, I've got some stuff, so I can just be adaptable and do that and not have to go up and down the stairs again. I felt like I was literally hobbling. Like I was like, what happens if I can't make it up the stairs? Am I gonna have to crawl up the stairs? So, anyways. We could do a little bit of a timeless, classic, elegant fashion, but on a budget. So I ordered a bunch of dresses, and we're gonna try them on together, and you can let me know what you think. And I think it's like, if I'm shopping for, I guess my ethos when it comes to like shopping is I generally prefer to spend my money on things that I think are gonna last and like stand the test of time, and that doesn't always come with like a higher price point, but I think there's ways where it's like you can shop pre-loved, or if you look on like the high street, sometimes there is really affordable options. And when you look for things that are like, I typically look for things that are like classic cuts, classic style, things that aren't gonna date, things that aren't really trend based. I prefer to look for natural fibers, so if that's cotton or linen, sometimes a little bit of viscose is okay, but I prefer not the whole thing to be made from that. And I find that like those things together, you can end up finding some really amazing pieces that are more affordable and just give you a few more options, so you get like a really timeless, elevated look that like looks more expensive than it is. Like I hate that kind of phrasing. And also like the way you style it, what you pair it with, is also going to impact how it comes across. So yeah, these are all from Shein. I actually haven't shopped on Shein for quite a while. I mean, in the last vlog you saw 2 dresses that were from there, and they were like, I did 2 orders and then I realized I should have like combined them into one, but the other ones showed up and they were so cute and I really wanted to show them to you. So if you haven't watched that vlog and you want to see some really cute dresses from Shein, go back to the last vlog and watch that one. And yeah, the rest of them are in this order though, so you'll get to see them. And I feel like these are really good dresses for like spring, summer. You could dress them up a little bit, you could dress them down, and yeah, I think they're really versatile and they'll see you through. And I was kind of like surprised by the quality. Like they definitely, there is a difference between, I guess, them and like I don't know, like a shirt dress from Ralph Lauren, but like the quality is actually quite nice. And because it's cotton, it's like super breathable, it's super comfortable. They're not like see-through or anything. Like there actually is like a decent thickness to the material. Some of them are linen. So yeah, I'm super excited to share them with you. And of course, everything will be linked down below. Oh, and also, oh my god, okay, so this dress that I'm wearing right now, this was actually a ZARA find, and I am obsessed with her. Like, she has this super cute little bow detailing. You can obviously tie the straps to whatever length suits you, and then it also has this really beautiful paneling. It's white, it's 100% cotton, and I think this dress is going to be worn a lot this spring summer for me. It is a beautiful like mid-axi length. I think if you were taller it would be a proper midi length, but sadly I am not. So yeah, it like really nips you in at the waist and then flares out. There is a nice amount of fabric in the skirt. You've got a good swish to it. This dress is super comfortable, and I'll give you a look at the back. So I would say it is true to size. I'm wearing a size small, but there's not any like elastic or shirring or anything, so I would definitely, I mean, I think if you had a bigger bust, it might be a bit of a squeeze to get it in here, but I think if you're in between sizes, size up, because this is a small and it definitely like it just fits. Like I actually am really impressed with the fit. Like I think this is super flattering, and the way that you have this paneling is also makes you look really just like it like sucks everything in, which looks really lovely. It is lined. Unfortunately there is no pockets, but for the price point I think this dress is amazing, and I think I'm gonna get lots of wear out of this one this summer. Because honestly, like, this is a dress you could just wear all day. Like, you could wear it on holiday, you could wear it to breakfast, you could wear it out for lunch, you could wear it to a baby shower, you could wear it to someone's birthday. Like, I think this is a dress that you will get a lot out of, and I guess if you're trying to wear it in the cooler months or in spring, you could toss like a cardigan over your shoulders, or even put like a little cropped cardigan on, or even like a little cropped jacket I think would look really cute. I've just paired it with these like canvas and tan little block heels, which gives it a nice bit of height. But yeah, this was a really good find from ZARA, I think. But yeah, let's get into the next dresses. Oh my god, this dress is amazing. First of all, it feels much more expensive than what it actually is. I believe all of these dresses were under $50, and this is just so good. Like, the value for money is amazing. The price point is insane. This is cotton. It has a little bit of stretch in the waistband, so you're nice and comfortable. It comes with this little belt, which you could swap it out for something else if you wanted to as well. You have these beautiful like horn style buttons. We have pockets, which are always appreciated. And the cut of this is just so nice. Like, it sits on the shoulders so well. It's at a really nice length. I think some shirt dresses, if you're petite and it like comes down to here, it can be like a very awkward looking length. And these are like just the perfect length sleeve. They have a little bit of a turn up. And like, you could button it all the way up if you wanted to. I don't like wearing my shirt dresses like that. I like wearing it a little bit more relaxed. You could easily swap this belt out for something else if you wanted to. And it is really like the perfect midi length if you are my height, which is 5'3". It is in a size small, I believe. But yeah, this dress is like, I can't believe it. Like, I can't believe, like, this dress reminds me of like one I was looking at on Hobbs. The Hobbs one has like no sleeves, but I feel like the style is so similar, and that one was like $300 and this one is under $50. And I would totally wear this gardening. I would wear this like to like a daytime event. I think it would be really nice. I would just wear this around the house when you want to feel like you've put effort in and you want to look like nice, but you want to just be comfortable as well. Like this is so comfortable. It's light, but it's not like light in a way that feels flimsy. It's light in a way that just feels like you're comfortable when it's like 30+ degrees outside. Yeah, you've got a really nice amount of fabric in this skirt, and it does have a little bit of an elastic waist that does nip you in a bit at the waist, which is a nice detail to have, and the fabric feels really good. I love the color green, and I think this is just like a really beautiful sage green as well. So this one is an absolute win. This will be staying for sure. This dress is amazing. I'm honestly so impressed. We don't have pockets. I keep going to put my hands in, but it's sort of like a navy. It's hard to see. It does look black on the camera a little bit, but it is like a really dark navy. It is a linen blend. We have this beautiful like collar detail here. It comes with this little tie belt that goes around your waist. I feel like navy is just such a chic option. Like it's so timeless. It looks good. I think it looks good on everybody. It's really easy to wear because obviously like unlike a light color, you're not gonna care if you like spill your coffee on it or something. And I think this is a really nice summer option if like maybe you need to go into the office, or like maybe it's like a good workwear option for summer. I do think this is really beautiful. It's really flattering. I was on like a navy kick when I did this order, and there's a few navy dresses, so you're gonna have to tell me which one you think looks the best below. Not quite as much fabric in the skirt with this one, but I think this is like a really beautiful, classic, timeless option. I've paired it with these little white block heels. It is a midi length on me, and I'm also wearing a size small in this one, which I think it's a 4, but yeah, I think this is a beautiful option. And let me know if you think I should keep this one out of all the navy dresses. I love that it's linen. Like it has a really nice weight to it, and it's like has a nice thickness where it has like a good drape. And I think this is a really beautiful, timeless, classic, elegant option. You're not gonna get too hot in this because it is linen. It's really breathable, and I think it would look really beautiful styled with like tan accessories, or even like a little basket bag, or even like cream accessories would look really beautiful with this. I think it feels really comfortable. It's cut in a nice way, because sometimes I think like this kind of sleeveless style, it can look a little, I don't know, sometimes, but I think this one actually looks really nice, and the collar detail is really beautiful. So I think this is a really good option, and like I can't believe it's like a linen dress for like under $50, which is crazy. But yeah, this is a really beautiful option if you are in the market for a navy dress. And also, if you're a dark autumn like I am, navy is supposed to be one of those you're like better than black colors, like because sometimes black is just so easy to reach for, and not saying that we don't love wearing black, but if you're a dark autumn, then navy is a little bit more of a flattering option to wear. So yeah, just something to keep in mind as well if you are also looking at branching out from your wardrobe of black and white. I'm speaking to myself here. Like everything I own is like black or white or green, apparently. So yeah, this is a nice option for summer if you want like a nice easy to wear dress where you don't have to worry if you're gonna spill something on it because it's dark, it's not gonna show, but it's a little bit different than black, just to mix it up. I feel like this dress is like if Wednesday Addams like grew up a little bit and maybe got like a corporate job or something. But I think this is another navy like midi dress, shirt dress, but it has this beautiful contrast collar detailing, and it has that little like dark button, which I think adds a little bit of interest as a really fun detail. And this is cut in a really beautiful way. It's almost like a halter neck style, but it's not a halter neck. It is just like a full back. Maybe that's not the right term. But yeah, it's cut sort of on the angle, which I think is really flattering for this kind of like sleeveless shirt dress. I love that it's in navy. I think it's a little bit unexpected, but it's still super classic, super timeless. This is linen, and it does have buttons down to your waist, and it comes with this little tie belt. There isn't buttons that go all the way down, which actually can make it a little bit easier to get into. You get in through like a zip on the side that's invisible. And I think sometimes it's nice as a way to get into a dress. It's a little bit easier than having to do and undo every button. And I think this is kind of like a fun twist on like a classic option, because like instead of being like the black and white, which maybe like could look a little bit gothic, I don't know, it's navy and white, which is a little bit softer and really nice for summer. We do have this sort of A-line skirt where it like comes in and then flares out. And this skirt does have like a nice swish to it. I've paired it with these little black block heels because I think it would look really cute with like black and gold accessories. And I feel like this is just like a nice, easy option for summer when you're like, I don't know what to wear, but I want to feel like put together. I want to feel elegant. I want to feel timeless. This kind of like shirting detail is always going to make like, it makes things look classic, because like shirting is never going out of style. So it's like you could wear this dress literally whenever and it would still feel fresh, it would still feel current, but you would also feel like elegant and timeless in it as well. It has a really nice feel to it with the linen. It has a nice drape. It's a nice thickness where it's not too thick, so it feels like you would overheat, but you definitely, like, it's a nice one for summer where it would be really breathable. And I could really see this being cute with like little cardigan over your shoulders, or if it got a little bit colder, or maybe it's still sort of in the more transitional months, you could definitely put like a little blazer over it. That would be super cute, especially with the contrast collar detail. So yeah, I think this is a winner. Let me know. This is navy dress number 2. There's one more coming, so you can let me know, do you think this one is worth keeping, or was it the one before, or we'll see the one after as well? Yeah, let me know what you think below. Oh my god, I am absolutely obsessed with this dress. Like, oh my god. I feel like it's giving me Zimmerman vibes. It's giving me like Lydia Millen for Karen Millen vibes. Had a dress that was very similar to this. And it's just like the perfect dress for spring. Oh my goodness. I paired it with some cream little block heel sandals, because I just think it's kind of one of those ones where you want to let the dress do the talking. And I think a tan sandal would look cute with this as well, don't get me wrong, but I do think it's kind of, something about it is nice to have in this kind of like monochromatic look, I guess. This is just beautiful. I cannot believe this is from Shein. Like, it literally looks like it should be much more expensive than what it was. Like, we have these beautiful like covered buttons, and like, can we talk about the print? Like, I am ready to go to your garden party now vibes. Like, this is just like, we've got this beautiful balloon sleeve that has the beautiful like covered button detailing. It's a shirt dress style. You could leave it more open or like roll up the sleeves for a bit more of a casual look with it, but I actually think it looks really beautiful styled this way. It does come with its own little cute belt, which, I mean, you could swap it out, but why would you when it looks this cute? And I think it just kind of creates like a nice, like, instead of breaking up your silhouette with like a belt, I think it kind of creates like a beautiful just lengthening effect. I don't know if that's the right word, but it does nip you in at the waist. It has this beautiful like sort of paneling that does suck you in. Like, I mean, you could probably wear it without the belt if you wanted to, and it would still look really nice and like accentuate your shape, which I think is really important. If you are petite and you want to wear like longer dresses that have like a lot of volume, like in the sleeves, you do really need something to like suck you in at the waist, like whether that's a belt or like the waist belt that it comes with or something. Like, you need something to create a bit of definition. And I think also if you are petite and you do want to wear longer dresses, making sure that you can see a little bit of ankle, so scandalous to the Victorians. Making sure you can see a little bit of ankle is actually really flattering, and then sometimes even like a little bit of wrist can be nice too, which is why I think this could actually look really cute if you did like do a rolled cuff moment. You can't really do it while they're buttoned, but I mean, I guess you could sort of like push them up and you can sort of see how it kind of just like breaks it up so you don't just look like you're wearing like this big huge thing when you're a little bit more on the smaller side. But I love this. I believe it's cotton. I can't remember exactly what the like the compilation was, and it does have a lining to it, which is really nice. Obviously, like the sleeves are a little bit more of this sheer material. And like, can we talk about like, let's see if we can get it to focus. Can we talk about this adorable little like broderie moment with like the little flowers embroidered on it, and like this print is just amazing. I'm obsessed with this. Like, this is not normally like the kind of dress that I would think that I would go for, but I saw it and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a go. And I feel like sometimes you get pleasantly surprised. Like, this to me is gorgeous. Like, you could wear this to like a daytime event, you could wear this to like a brunch, garden party, somebody's birthday, going to the market. Like, I would wear this just, I don't know, running errands. I probably wouldn't do it all the way up. I would probably like style it a bit more casual if I was wearing it as like just a day dress, but this is so beautiful to me. Like, I'm obsessed with this. I can't believe actually how much I like this, and how like I'm not normally a print girl. Like, so this is like so far out of my comfort zone, but I think this print is really beautiful. It's almost like a watercolor. Ooh, forgot to do that button up. It's almost like a watercolor kind of print, which I think is really nice, and it does come with like extra buttons, which is also nice as well. Like, I can't believe that this is from Shein. That's crazy. Hopefully I didn't flash anything on camera. There's a lot of buttons to do, okay? But yeah, I think this dress is absolutely stunning. So worth it. Just good to have in your wardrobe for like one of those like, oh, you just need something like, you know, it's like that thing where you have a closet full of clothes and nothing to wear, and I feel like this could actually do you so good for so many like spring, summer events. Like, this just, I'm honestly blown away by this. I love this dress so much. I'm so excited to like wear it for something. I think it's so cute. I mean, we could try and like see how it looks styled a bit more casually together as well. Just gonna undo that so you could easily just roll your sleeves up, and you could just undo like a few of your top buttons, and then it like instantly gives it a bit more of like a casual feel to it. So you really are getting like, I mean, you could do another button, depends how risque you are feeling, but, oh, there's no pockets. But I think that's nice because it sort of gives it like a little bit more of a relaxed feel. Like, you could, yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm overdressed most places I go, and I'm like, I would totally just wear this around to run my errands on the weekends, like when I want to feel like I look lovely and put together. But yeah, this is just a really beautiful option, and the fit is really nice. Like, it fits perfectly, nothing is pulling, nothing feels too tight, like the proportions of everything are really good. So yeah, this one is definitely staying. This is the navy shirt dress to rule them all. I think this, out of all of the options, this one is my absolute favorite. And it's a little bit different because at first glance you're like, it's just another shirt dress. But no, it's not. So the detailing is really cute because we have this like collarless like adventure, I don't know, this collarless neckline where there's no like collar. Like, that is actually going to be really great because it's not going to like rub on your chin and get makeup on it, which sometimes can happen with shirting. Although a tip to help with that is like hairspray your collar before you put it on. Like hold your shirt up, spray the collar, and then when it dries put it on, and that keeps makeup from getting on your collar. Or you carry the shout wipes with you. You can get them on Amazon, and they will get anything out of anything, like on the go, and it just comes right out. You carry it around with you, you rub it on the thing as soon as the stain happens. If you can or you need to, sometimes it does leave a little bit of like a residue, and so if you like just run some water through it, it'll get that right off. But yeah, those are my tips. If you are wearing white things that get your makeup gets on it, that's what you can do. But this dress, that is not going to be an issue because we have no collar, which I think is kind of like makes this dress a little bit interesting and unique. Like it is quite a classic silhouette. It's a very classic dress in a very classic color. And I think it looks just beautiful. Like we have these buttons that just blend right in, so it creates this really beautiful like minimal look, but it does still look quite classic. It's super timeless. It's really comfortable. This is a linen material, and to me, like this dress is just perfect. I think this is the navy dress that I'm going to be keeping and I'm going to be wearing over and over and over again, because like I'm like, well, we'll add this to the pile for like outfits that I might wear to the conference where I'm presenting my research. I think this could be a really cute option. It's a good workwear option. If you wanted to do something a little bit different for like, if it gets a little bit colder, you could put like a white shirt, a white collared shirt underneath and have like the collar coming out and then like the white sleeves, which I think would be also a really fun way of styling it. Or you could just as easily throw like a cardigan over your shoulders to keep it warm, or even like a cropped jacket could be really cute here as well, like a cropped blazer or something. And I think this dress is just going to see you through. We have like a really good amount of fabric in the skirt. Buttons that go all the way down. It is like a nice mid-axi length. I think if you were taller, it obviously would be more of a true midi length. But for me, given that I'm the height that I am, this is more of a mid-axi. But that's okay. I don't mind it. I think it's nice and it's really comfortable. Lots of air gets under here. It has a nice swish to it. It feels really light, but the linen also does feel substantial. Like it's not a flimsy kind of feeling fabric at all. Like I think I keep saying this over and over again, but like these dresses have actually like blown my mind in terms of the quality, and for the price point, it's just insane. Like I really do think you can build like a beautiful classic timeless wardrobe that looks expensive and it doesn't have to be expensive. And I think anchoring it in with like some nice accessories, a cute bag is really just gonna like elevate it that little bit more. I've put it with these tan and canvas little block heel again. I think this would look really beautiful with like tan accessories, or you could do black accessories if you wanted, or I think white kind of makes it feel more summery, like it sort of brings it into more of like that sort of like almost nautical vibes. But I really love this dress. I could see myself wearing this so many different places, and because it's like you feel lovely, you feel put together, but if it's really hot out like it gets for us here in the Gold Coast, you're not gonna be uncomfortable because like it's nice and swishy, and the bodice is not too tight, and it does come with this cute little belt. I think you absolutely could swap it if you wanted to, but yeah, for me this is everything that I was looking for in like a navy linen dress that I think I'm gonna get lots of wear out of like this summer. And even like I think you could wear it spring, you could wear it summer, you could wear it fall if you styled it with like some like stuff over top of it, like a jacket or a cute little cardigan, or just something over your shoulders to keep you a little bit warmer. So I mean, you could even put like a full sweater over it and just like wear the skirt part like as a skirt, or so it would look like it was a skirt because you had like your sweater and it would come to here or whatever. So yeah, and I think it would even really look cute with like some pointed ballet flats, or like a little kitten like slide with like a pointy toe would really like, it would really dress it up, I think. I think the way that I'm wearing it right now, like, I mean, it is still a heel, but like it's a casual heel, and I love a casual heel because yeah, they're comfortable. Like the little block heel is so comfortable to wear, but it gives me that little height boost, which I really, really appreciate, and it just instantly makes you look really like put together, and it's pretty effortless to do, which is kind of my MO. I don't really like, I don't know. I mean, obviously I love styling and fashion and clothes and stuff, but I'm like, I don't need to spend, I like being efficient too. Let's put it that way. I like being efficient with how I get ready and how I get dressed. Like, I'm not like a 2-hour getting ready kind of girl. I'm like, let's just get in and get it done and get out so we can go do the other things that we wanted to do. So yeah, that was everything that I tried on from Shein this time. The links will all be in the description box below, and yeah, I obviously know that you can go and look on Shein yourself, but I did the hard yards of like digging through the millions of things that they have on there to find some pieces that I think are going to be really classic, really timeless. The quality really feels much more than the price point, and yeah, I think there's some good finds in there. So let's crack on with the rest of the day. Matcha are matching, apparently. So yummy. I really love that the world has gotten on the matcha train lately, because, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I would never give up coffee, but sometimes it's nice just to have, like, an afternoon pick-me-up that is not going to make you feel as insane as coffee does, because my journey with coffee has been interesting. Like, when I'm really stressed and like uni is crazy and I'm having 3 coffees a day, it feels like it doesn't do anything to me. It's just keeping me like going. And then now I feel like I've almost become really sensitive to it again. Like, I have like 1 coffee and I'm like, that's enough. Like, I don't need lots and lots of coffees. But I think it's been interesting because I feel like there's been like a bit of like a shift of consciousness for me in the past like year, and I think since that, like, I've always been like pretty energetically sensitive to just like everything. It's just really stepped it up a lot more recently, which has been interesting to observe. I've been reading 2 books by Michael Singer. The first one was The Untethered Soul, and the second one was The Surrender Experiment, and he's kind of just going really into concepts, I guess, that I've been like playing around with or experimenting with or like diving into in the last little while. And in The Surrender Experiment, he really talks about how he made a commitment to himself when he was like, I think he was in his very early 20s. He was at university studying to be an economist, and he kind of had like a little bit of a spiritual awakening when he realized, he was like, oh my god, the thoughts in your head, like, you're not your thoughts, like, you are the person observing your thoughts. And then he got into meditation, and he sort of made a commitment to himself that he was going to surrender to the flow of life, and even if it was something that his mind maybe would not have preferred. And he really wanted to go down a spiritual path, in the sense that he just wanted everyone to leave him alone. He just wanted to live in the woods by himself, do his meditation, do his practices, and the way that life would have it, it just kept pulling him back into like being around other people and like teaching, and then multiple businesses, and like he just made this commitment to himself that he was just going to surrender to the flow of what, like, the, I guess, the invitations from the universe or whatever, even if it wasn't what his mind preferred. And I guess lately that has been something I've been being really conscious of, is like being aware of my thoughts. It's like your mind is just constantly going and going, and it has an opinion about everything. And a lot of the time, the opinion is really like, I'll speak for myself, like, it's quite critical. Like, it just has such an opinion about everything. It thinks like, oh, this person is driving too slow. It would be better if they were driving faster. This thing isn't happening quick enough. What, did this person like think this about me? Oh, was that person being weird to me? Like, it's just non-stop. And over the past few days, I have sort of made like 2 agreements with myself. One, to be more conscious of being the observer of the thoughts and noticing like, oh, my mind has a lot to say about this. You're not trying to change it. You're not making yourself wrong. You are just observing. You're being like, wow, your mind is really creating stories around what that person thinks of you, or like, wow, my mind really is attached to this idea that like, if that driver in front of me was driving faster, I would get where I was going to at the right time, and just stuff like that, like very like day-to-day stuff that like stops you from being happy in the moment. And I think because that's the biggest thing, is like when you're constantly telling yourself these stories of like making up essentially what is happening, and you're like clinging to this identity of like who you are and like what that means and all that kind of stuff, then you are making yourself very miserable a lot of the time. And I was just like, I don't want to be miserable. I want to be happy. And I know that being like just happy is not really like, that's not how people work. People go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. But it's like, who's the person that's watching that happening? Like, it's the observer, it's the consciousness. So that has been something I've been thinking about lately. And also when it comes to the flow of life, like he talks about surrendering to the flow of life and allowing like, not necessarily knowing like why things are going the way they're going, but like, can you just surrender to it and like experience it as it's happening? And I really think like a good example of the flow of how things went, like this year, at the beginning of the year, like not getting into the master's program that I wanted to, so effectively being like, I'm not going to become a psychologist anytime soon, and I got into the PhD program, so now I'm going to do a PhD, or I'm doing a PhD, and I'm going to become a doctor and like a researcher. It's like those kind of like sliding doors moments where it's just like life or the universe or whatever you want to call it seems to have a plan in store. And if I can just drop the identity part of me that says like, no, I want to be a psychologist, I'm not going to be happy unless I'm like a psychologist, like being open to be like, well, what if I was wrong? Maybe I'm not supposed to be doing that. Maybe that was like the thing that I needed to start the program in, to like do the bachelor's, but actually that's not where I'm supposed to be going with it. Like maybe like life has a plan with all of this, which is always very interesting to think about. I don't know if you've seen like that, the reel trend that people were doing where it was like the butterfly effect. And sometimes I think about like, I'm like, wow, like the whole thing that got me to Australia was like, I was living in Toronto at the time. I had a previous client who hired me to shoot a wedding in New Zealand. I decided to go to Australia along the way. I really liked it, and I started surfing, and I really wanted to just surf all the time. So I came back to Australia, and so it's like me getting hired to shoot that wedding on the other side of the world that turned into me getting a PhD in psychology. Like, I'm sorry, what? And it's like that version of myself that's like, well, I wouldn't be here if I hadn't been a photographer then. Like, it blows my mind sometimes when you think about like how the flow goes. And when people are like, what are you going to do in 5 years? I'm like, I honestly have no idea, because like, how could I know? Like, I can have things in my mind that I think are goals that I would like to accomplish. Like, you can have like those preferences where your mind is like, yeah, that sounds like a good goal, or like, that sounds like something I would like. But I mean, like, the way that life has gone so far, I could have never predicted this. I never would have predicted going back to university in my 30s. I never would have predicted that I would want to be a psychologist. I would never have predicted that I was going to do a PhD. Like, not in a million years. Like, I can't think of anything further from what I thought I would be doing with my life. But also, I like love doing my PhD. Like, it makes me so happy. So I think it's like having preferences, knowing sort of the things that are important to you, but also being like, I'm just gonna leave space for like the magic of life to happen. Like, how could I know what I'm gonna be doing in 5 years? I honestly have no clue. Like, when people ask, I'm like, I really don't know. I'm gonna finish my PhD, we'll see what happens. And of course, like, it's interesting because when you kind of start having these conversations with people, people think like the surrendering to the experience means you're just going to sit back and take a passive seat and like not do anything. And I was like, well, I mean, it is a mind story that that's a bad thing to do. Like, it's a very like capitalistic perspective to be like, no, you always have to be producing. You always have to go and make something of yourself. Like, if I wanted to, I could move into the woods and become a hermit and live off the land and never do another thing ever again in my life. I could. Like, I'm not going to do that, but I could. So I think it kind of, I don't know, like, it's interesting when you start like breaking apart these concepts of being like, do I actually have to do anything? No, you don't. Like, I think we just live in especially in Western society, we're really like productivity driven, or like output driven, or like status driven. Like, you have to accomplish these things, and then I don't know, people will see you a certain way. It's like, well, then why do you need them to see you that way? Like, what does it mean if they don't see you that way? So yeah, that's the stuff that I've been thinking about lately. And there's a book by, I think he was a psychologist, and he wrote this book in maybe like the 1930s or like around that time, and his name is Roland May. I haven't actually read the book, but I saw someone else recommend it, so I went and looked for a synopsis, because I don't have a whole lot of time to read stuff outside of the papers that I'm reading for like what I'm writing. And so I just wanted to see like what the gist of his work was, to see like, would I want to read his book? Maybe. And one of the things he talked about is something that I have so strongly believed for so long. And he basically is like, you can do whatever you want in life, you just have to be willing to face the consequences. And it's so true, because we like hold ourselves to this idea of like who you have to be and what you have to do and like what you should do in life, and like what is your identity, what does it mean to not do those things. But it's like, you could really actually just go and do whatever you wanted. You just have to be willing to deal with the consequences. Like, if I wanted to go live in the bush and become like a bush person hermit and never speak to anyone ever again, I could do that. Like, nothing is stopping me from doing that. Do I want those consequences? Probably not. I like being a part of society. And it's kind of like, well, okay, say like tomorrow I wanted to quit my PhD and just move to another country for no apparent reason. I could do that. I'm probably not going to do that, but I could. And so it's like you start breaking down these mental barriers, and I think it makes you start thinking about things in a really interesting way, because then instead of being like, I have to do this, or I should do this, it's always, I'm choosing to do this, or like, I want to do this, which is always a much more free way of like living your life, being like, everything I'm choosing to do, I'm choosing to do it. Like, I want to be here. So yeah, just something I've been thinking about lately. Let me know your thoughts below. Like, what do you think about this? I don't know, I guess I talked about a lot of things there, but like, what do you think about like surrendering to the flow of life, or like even like your mind's like mental preferences about like what you should be doing, or like, is there things you feel like you have to do and you don't want to do them? It's like, well, what happened if you just didn't do them? What would happen then? I think it's sometimes like an interesting exercise to play with yourself. Let me know below what you think.